Okay, guys, we are going to get started. My name is Ashley Shepard, and I'm here in Maryville, Tennessee. And I am so excited to see all of the people that are hopping on tonight for our webinar. I want to give you kind of a quick background of who I am and why somebody thought to invite you to this webinar and why you're taking 30 minutes out of your Tuesday night to plug in. But my husband Ryan and I, we got started in June 2012, so a little over 2 years ago, and we started AdvoCare just to get healthy. I was 225 pounds looking to lose weight. So to be honest, I signed up for the discount because I'm cheap and I like to save money. And so right away on day 5 of my 24-day challenge, I called up my coach, Lois Gregory, and I said, I love these products. I'm feeling amazing. I need to get to my highest discount level, which is 40%. And so what she did was she said, I'm going to help you get the highest discount level. And if you're interested in sharing this, you can bring in an income too. Well, at that time, I had a skeptical hubby who, he was very skeptical, and he thought, you don't need to be sharing this thing. We don't sell things. Like, we're just not those kind of people. We don't need to get into something like this. But I saw very quickly that AdvoCare was a lot more than just great products to help me get healthy, but it was also going to give me the ability to add value to somebody else's life. And if something's working for me, it's going to work for other people. And so that's when I started sharing, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. What do I say specifically? How to take AdvoCare out in the marketplace and sharing with passion, because here's the reality. We are a nutrition company, so AdvoCare markets to everybody. It doesn't matter what their health goal is. AdvoCare has core nutrition. Every single product that people need to get them the best results, to give them energy, to help them get through the holidays, to kick off a New Year's resolution, to set the PR in a 5K. But here's what happens. It truly is up to us whether we choose to decide to take what we have, take what we know, and go out and share it. And so I'm going to equip you tonight with some great tools and get you started, because here we are 2.5 years in. And my husband and I both work from home, full-time AdvoCare. We take care of our 2 boys, Wilson and Levi. We had a vision 2 years ago that this was going to be something bigger than just us losing weight. I'm down 100 pounds. My husband's up 20 pounds of muscle, and that really doesn't matter. But what matters is that the income that we've been able to make with AdvoCare is moving our family forward, is being able to help us, pay $30,000 in debt. So you may be on this webinar and you may be brand new wondering, what do I say when I go out in the marketplace? Or you may be a leader who's been a part of AdvoCare for a year and you're just wanting to bring in a little bit of income. But wherever you're at, the basics are all the same. What you're going to hear tonight, there's nothing special. We're not going to overcomplicate things, because I'm a simple girl. I'm a stay-at-home mama who has no time for complications. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Number 1, we need to get rid of your no excuse attitude, because a lot of times we are, things are already going on in your mind. I really don't have time for that. I don't have enough money. I don't know enough people. I don't have the right connections. My spouse does not support me. So what happens is we let those things in our minds dictate what our future is going to look like. For me, what this looked like was just settling for something so much less than what my family deserved. I settled where I was for so many years at over, I got to 250 pounds and I settled there because I was exhausted, I was frustrated, and I did not have belief in myself. So I'm here to tell you, you have a personal coach on the other line of this webinar, and they are excited to lock arms with you. So here's the thing, you have to start before you're ready, because you have to be able to know and understand that sometimes you're never going to be ready. Have you ever heard the phrase, you're never ready to have a child? You're never going to have enough money. You're never going to be fully mentally and physically ready for something like that. It's one of those things where sometimes you have to have that leap of faith and know that your coach believes in you more than you believe in yourself right now, and you can latch on to that. Because when I didn't leave my house at 225 pounds and Lois Gregory called me up and she said, I'm here to help you, I'm here to encourage you, and she spoke life into me, that hope, it just poured out of me, that passion, because I thought, if she's doing this for me and she is helping me, why can't I do that for other people? I want to help people. So all of these other excuses that was going through my head, like, you're always going to be 200 pounds, you're never going to lose this weight, you're too tired, you're too lazy, those things that were going on in my head, I didn't let those win. And so right now we want to get those out, and we want to stay focused on what the whole goal of tonight is. And so I want to ask you a question. Whose dreams are you building? And how are you spending your time? Because I bet you money, a lot of you are already doing something for income as a supplemental, as for supplemental income. You may be doing rummage sales. You may be selling your kids' clothes. You may be on those websites on Facebook selling things. So here's the thing. Take that work and effort and put it to Advocare. When you put your kids to bed or when you get off work, are you turning the TV on and watching the people who are winning the Amazing Race, the people that are winning American Idol? You're watching them win their dreams. You're watching them, build what they've always wanted to do. And so you're just watching. So it's time to turn the TV off and it's time to get to work. Because here's the reality. If you're not working towards your dreams and your family's dreams and your vision, nobody else is going to. So what's one thing you've always wanted to do? Is it to pay off debt? Is it to go on a vacation? Is it to go on a mission trip? Are you a hard worker, and do you believe? Because here's the deal. If I can do it, you can do it. And there's thousands out there that are doing it too. But you have to understand that it's work. This is a work-based company, but it is the best work you'll ever do because you're going to be able to lock arms with your coach and help so many people. But first, you need a purpose. Why am I doing this? How much money would I like to make at this? By when and for what? Your need will equal your action. If you're just looking into this thing and you're just wanting to talk to your closest friends and family and not get out of your comfort zone, you may bring in a little bit of income. And let's be honest, a little bit of income would be awesome for everybody. But if you have a bigger need and your heart right now is fluttering, or you have this burning desire to do more for your family, then that means you have a bigger need, and that means your action needs to be bigger, because that's exactly what I saw from the very beginning. If I could bring in just a little bit of money, then maybe my husband could take a day off work and we could have a family day, or he could help me with the kids and the kids would actually spend time with their daddy. That was my purpose. So that's what fueled me. That's what turned my TV off. That's what got me uncomfortable reaching out to friends and family. You have to understand why you want to be a part of Advocare. That is what is going to put you into action. So first things first, get out your journal. I hope you already have. I forgot to say that at the beginning, but I want you to make a list. But when you make a list of people that would benefit from these products, I want you to be specific. Who is it that needs energy? Who is it that, I want you guys to think outside the box. So I'm going to kind of talk about little bundles that you can call people up tonight and tell them about. We have the Holiday Stress Reliever Bundle, and that consists of Oasis and Clear Mood. And I love to add Rehydrate with Oasis. So Rehydrate, Oasis, and Clear Mood is the Holiday Stress Bundle. You have the Fight the Cold Bundle, which consists of Citrazine and also consists of ImmunoGuard. Those are products that are going to help your immune system. We also have the Holiday Survival Kit, and the Holiday Survival Kit for me is knowing in your mind you're going to be having those holiday meals. So great products like Carbies, Fibotrim, Leptoline to help curb that appetite. Your coach is going to help you find out what products are going to be best, but knowing in your mind it's more than just the 24-day challenge, which is a great start for people, but we want to think outside the box. Some people just need a good fish oil vitamin to get on. Some people just need Spark for energy. So make a list and specific products you think they would love, but also make a list of people that need to earn a little bit of income. Who in your life right now are self-motivated, can go out, can put themselves to work, don't need somebody to call them every 5 minutes. Who is motivated in your life right now? Who is the hardest worker you know? Because if they look into Advocare, they'll see you can get paid for how hard you work and what you're worth. And so write those people down and let your coach talk to them, because you may be new and this may be giving you a little bit of anxiety. It did me at the beginning. But when Lois Gregory said, all I want you to do is to introduce me to everybody you know, I can do that. And so we're going to go into a little bit more detail about that, because your paycheck is a direct reflection of how many people you talk to. And here's the cool thing. We only know so many people, right? Well, what happens is you talk to somebody, like let's just say I talked to my friend Carrie Yule, and she wanted to get on the 24-day challenge. Well, Carrie Yule is in Middle Tennessee, and she was in a sorority in college, and then she worked for the sorority for years after that. So she has connections to so many people. So as she's getting healthy and losing weight, and people are noticing her, then she just tells them, hey, you know what? I feel great. Let me get you on the phone with my coach. And I start helping her warm market. So it's not just who you know, it's also who they know. So you have to know that as you're making a list, and let people know when you tell them what these products are doing for you, and ask them, do you know anybody that would want to take advantage of these products? And let everybody recruit for you. And so why should you use what we call the success system? So this is your coach helping you. And the reason we use this is because our products come with a voice. Because what's great is every time that somebody goes home with these products, they have somebody to call if they have a question. And it's 5-star customer service. Nobody likes to walk in to buy a new shirt, and you can tell that person has had a really bad day and doesn't even look you in the eye or ask you any questions. They just want to get you out the door. That's not what Advocare is. And so you want to treat Advocare the same sense. You want to give everybody the best customer service you can. And the only way to do that is to connect them with their coach, so they can know that they have a volunteer army that's going to help them with their health goals, because we are a team. And it's going to help you learn and earn, because I did not know anything about any of the products, only what products I had tried on the 24-day challenge. And let me be real with you, at 200 pounds, because I lost 19 pounds on the challenge. So here I am, still over 200 pounds. I didn't have the credibility to help people get healthy, but what I had is hope. I had a product that worked, and I had a voice. I used my voice to get on the phone and to say, I lost 19 pounds in 24 days. I feel great. I've said no to chocolate and fried foods, which is a miracle in itself. My coach is helping me get healthy, and she can help you too. And so I needed her help. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the knowledge, but I had a coach, and you do too. And so I love that, because we are team-oriented. And so it's duplication too, because as you grow in this business, you're going to be like me. You're going to be 2 years in, and you're going to have this amazing team, and you're going to grow these leaders, and people are going to do what you do. So the success system is easy. It's 3 things. It's 3-way phone calls, 2-on-1 meetings, and mixers. And it's simple. It's a learn as you go, on-the-job training. So we're going to talk about verbiage, but what's very important to know is this. This is how you succeed in Advocare. This is the secret recipe to making money. If you want to make money, you have to do this. If you don't want to get frustrated and you want to see, people's lives changed for the better, this is what you need to do. I continue to do this 2.5 years in at the diamond level. I am putting Lois on the phone with all of my new people, because my new people need to know that I have a coach that's still helping me. This never goes away. So a 3-way phone call is basically, you may have somebody down, that's in another state. And so you want to introduce them to your coach through a 3-way phone call. A 2-on-1 appointment is if your coach lives in the area or she comes in town, then you're able to connect them. And this 2-on-1 appointment, you think outside the box. This could be meeting a mom at Chick-fil-A. This could be, meeting if a man is at work, and and I'm talking if this is a guy, because not everybody's a mom, I get that. But if you're a gentleman and you need to have a lunch meeting with some guys, meet for a lunch meeting, or meet after work, at a cafe or something. It doesn't have to be, like a stuffy appointment. And all Mixers is is getting, a group of 3 to 5 people in your home, and sampling some Spark, sharing about the 24-day challenge, letting people know they can get a discount, and then it's just getting with them one-on-one and asking them, what their health goals are and helping them. So it's basically, all of it does the same thing. What it does is you're going to introduce Advocare to them. You're going to share with them what Advocare has done for you, and then you're going to connect them with your coach. And these are the way to do it. And we're going to go over verbiage, because here's the deal. We don't do three-way phone calls anymore. I did them in 6th grade. These little mixers, they're not parties. We don't have food. We don't have pretty, napkins and drinks. But what we do have is a place for people to come to get educated about what Advocare is. Because you have to know in your mind, people have preconceived notions of what it is. They're already thinking it's expensive. They're already thinking it's not going to work. And they're already thinking that this is not for them. I know that's what I thought, but I was so desperate and disgusted with where I was, I did it. And so we have to educate people that Advocare is different, that what we do is we match the right product for them based on what their goals are and based on what their budget is. So you have the opportunity to do that with everybody you meet. We educate people. We don't convince people to do Advocare. We don't convince them to do the 24-day challenge. Nobody's got time for that. I am not going to sit here and convince you that these products are great, because here's the reality. I've lost 100 pounds in 2 years. But here's another reality. When I started out, I had energy for the first time in my life on day 4. So what you have to share is you have to share it with passion. You have to give people a reason to get that on the phone and let them know that there's value in getting them on the phone with your coach. Letting them know that your coach is helping you and how your coach helped you, so they can get excited about connecting them and getting on the phone or meeting them at a mixer or doing a little lunch meeting or dinner meeting. And so, that's what the success system is. This is how you earn money. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis. So there's 4 fundamentals. It's simple, guys. Use the products in front of people. Lois Gregory drank her shake in Sunday school, and I wondered why she didn't eat the donuts that were being served every week. I noticed her shake. I noticed how confident she was, and I noticed her right away. And I came home and I said, Lois Gregory is one of the cutest people I've ever met. And I told Ryan, I said, they're just, they're nice. And I noticed her right away, and she used her products. And here's the thing, talk to people. Lois Gregory talked to me. When I asked her, what's this thing all about? And she said, have you ever heard of Advocare? I said, no. And she said, well, look, I'm having this meeting. I'd love for you to come. I can share a little bit more. I said, I don't need to go to a meeting. Just tell me more right now. She talked to me. And then she followed up. She got my number and she called me and she said, look, this is the day we're starting the challenge. I really want you to do with it. Guess what I did? I bought the challenge from her. And wear your colors. Our commercials are all over the TV. People are noticing Advocare. My husband was on a trip this weekend to South Carolina. He was at Buffalo Wild Wings watching the UT game, had his Advocare shirt on. A couple walked up and said, hey, we're in Advocare too. We love it. And then boom, the commercial came on the UT Alabama game. How exciting is that, guys? So you have the opportunity to do these basic things. Keep Spark with you, samples of Spark with you, so you can spark people, and keep Impact magazines with you, so you know that you've got things on hand as people ask questions, because you have to be open for business. So what do I say? Now let's get into some verbiage here. We want to make a friend first. What I love about Advocare and why we're a different direct marketing company is because we develop relationships. We don't sell product. I've never sold anything a day in my life. But what I do is I build a relationship. So when you're talking to people and you don't say, let's just say you don't know much about them, or let's just say you reach out to a person you haven't talked to in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. This is what you want to do. You want to ask them about their family. Ask them what their occupation is, what their interests are, and then, get to the message of it. Because a lot of times people will ask you, what is your occupation? What do you do? What do you do for a living? And a lot of people, you may work full time and you may say, well, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I work full time. But here's what you need to start saying. I'm a nurse full time, but I also am a part of a great company called Advocare. Have you ever heard of them? Or you may be a stay-at-home mom like me. And this is what you can say. Well, I'm a work from home mom. I stay at home with my 2 beautiful kids, but I also have a work from home business that I absolutely love, and I can gain an income and still, be at home with my kids. And so it's worked awesome for me. And so, you want to be able to get to know them, let them feel comfortable, and let them trust you. And so you can really start getting to sharing Advocare with a passion. And you want to speak their language. You've got to develop a story. And so whether you've only tried Spark 2 or 3 times, or whether you have a story of, gaining muscle at the gym, setting a PR in a 5K, just losing 5 pounds, 8 pounds, it doesn't matter what it is, but you want to be concise with your story. You want to have a 30-second story and a 2-minute story, because the reality is not a lot of people have a lot of time. Everybody's busy. Nobody's hanging out on the couch. So when you meet somebody and you have an opportunity to share, then be real with them and just say, look, 2 years ago, I was 225 pounds, exhausted, frustrated. I have tried everything to lose weight. I lost 19 pounds in 24 days, and I have continued on product for over 2 years. I'm down 100 pounds. I am a totally different person inside out. These products not only changed my life, but it's changed my family's life. And so you want to be specific. And if that person, and you're in conversation with that person, and that person, you start talking to them, and maybe they don't need to lose weight. Maybe they're not even looking for a health option. But when they lay their head down their pillow at night, they are in debt to their eyeballs, or their walls are caving in because they need a financial solution. So that's where you need to talk about your income. And don't let those small incomes deter you from sharing that. My first check, we actually looked, I was only counting what I sold out of my stock, but our first check from Advocare was $500. $500 from Advocare, my first check in 2 weeks, $500. That not only put gas in our car, that was helping us pay for our product. And so, speak it with strength. Look, I made $90 last month. That $90 is pretty awesome. I was able to buy me a canister of Spark, and so just kind of speaking their language and listening and asking those questions. Once you share, you need to ask, what kind of sounds interesting to you? What would you like to get started with? But I want you to log onto your microsite when this is over, not right now. When this is over, click on where it says Learn. When you log in, click Learn, and it's the training room. And there's a training room how to develop this story. Your coach will also help you, because you do want to be quick and hit the bullet points. So that way you can ask them and really get to what their frustrations are, so you can offer the solution that's best for them. You're the preview, and your coach is going to be the movie. So here's the thing. You're just going to introduce it, and your whole goal is to say, well, what are you interested in? And when they tell you, just say, great. When's a good time? When do you have a few minutes? I'm going to get you on the phone with my coach, Lois, who has helped me lose 19 pounds in 24 days. She's been doing this a lot longer. She's a lot smarter than me, and she's going to help answer the questions a lot better. When do you have a few minutes? And you really want to pay attention to your word choices, because you don't want to say things like, I'm an advisor in Advocare, or I'm a distributor in Advocare, because those kind of words, people feel like they have to distribute something to be a distributor in Advocare. But we all know, if you're on this webinar, you can become a distributor in Advocare just to enjoy a wholesale discount. And so you want to understand how it's important to not say words like sponsor, but say friend. I'm going to connect you with my coach, or I'm going to connect you with my friend. And I already talked about, not underestimating your earnings, but sharing everything that Advocare has offered you and your family, all of the benefits. You don't have to go into ingredients of the products, because a lot of people, oh, well, what's in Spark? I usually say, look, we've got an amazing doctors that create our products, and I'll let you do the research on that. But all I can tell you is the energy level that I have with no crash, and all of the vitamins that I'm receiving with it and no sugar has really benefited me, and I absolutely feel great. And so you want to share the specific benefits that it's doing to your body. And when people say, oh, well, that's just too expensive, how much is the challenge? You never need to reply, oh, the challenge is $200. It's $200. You don't want to say that, because here's the thing. People aren't married to the 24-day challenge. People have options. So we want to let people know and break it down. Well, if you want to do the 24-day challenge, it's a little bit less. It's about a little bit more than, I think it's $7 a day, a little over like $7.74, I think, per day to do the challenge. You get a meal replacement, which replaces a meal. But here's what's going to happen. You only have to pay for the products, but I'm going to give you recipes. My coach is going to help you too. And I'm going to plug you into our team of people who are absolutely amazing. And so you're letting them know that this is an investment in their future, in their health. And this is what it's done for you, because people are searching for something. Okay, people need hope in their lives. And people are buying vitamins at Walmart. They're buying vitamins at GNC. They're buying energy drinks at every gas station around the corner. You have got to get this out and really let people know that these products are going to help them. This is a healthy option for them. They're going to feel great, and it's going to start unlocking all of those things that kind of get bogged down when we feel so miserable and so exhausted. And so we want to let people know that we can work with their goals and budget, and really pay attention to your word choices. And so here's just a couple of phrases. If you're new to Advocare, then you're good to go, because that's the best phrase right there. I am brand new. I'm just getting started. I am not an expert. My coach has been doing this longer, and I want to make sure that you get all the questions answered. And people like to be set up for success. They don't want to feel like that you're just trying to sell them on something. They want to feel like that they have somebody to help answer the questions that they have. And some people may even bring it up. Oh, is this a pyramid deal? My husband did. And I looked him straight in the eyes and I said, no. Advocare is a work-based company. You have to work to get paid, and that's why I'm getting paid, because I have gotten to work with Advocare. So he just looked at me kind of crazy, because like I said, he was skeptical for 6 or 7 months. But what I did is I was consistent. I was consistent with sharing. I was consistent with my follow-up, and I plugged everybody I knew into my coach Lois, because I knew Lois could help me. And so you want to be able to share stories of those that come before you. If you haven't developed a story, that's okay, because we have so many people on all of our amazing teams that have great stories. We have the Impact Magazine that we can share with people. And so maybe in your mind, your excuse is your story is weak. Well, guess what? If you have any kind of value or benefit from these products, your story is not weak. So speak it with strength. Speak your energy. Speak your muscle gain, your PR, it doesn't matter what it is. I want you to speak it with strength, and I want you to share not only your story and let them know, hey, look, I did this little webinar training, and this girl lost 100 pounds in 21 months on these products. Went from a size 16, 18 to a 4-6, and she is sharing this, and it's changed their life. And I'm just excited, because I've got personal goals myself, and I know this is a solution, and I'm excited to bring other people with me, and I want you to be one of those people. People want to be led. People are busy. People are ready to be led. They want somebody to take them on the hand. And here's the reality. Advocare's all over right now. And if it's not going to be you, it's going to be somebody else. So you can decide right now if you're going to share it with people or if somebody else is going to share it. And so if they're long distance, a lot of times what's great, and let's just say you want to reach out to somebody that you haven't yet. You see them on Facebook, they're making statuses about how they're tired, or, oh no, holidays are coming, I'm going to gain my 15 to 20 pounds I always gain, and you're seeing that. A great way to go ahead and give them a call is to message them first and say, hey, what's your phone number if you don't have it, but just pick up the phone and say, look, I noticed you on Facebook. I had you on my heart. I don't know if you know much about Advocare, but I have been on their products for X and Y months or a year. I've never felt better in my life. And I'll just be honest, I really felt the need to give you a call and share it with you. I know this is a crazy busy time for you, and I really think these products will help you during this time. And so guess what? You're going to have people tell you, sorry, you're going to have people to tell you no. You're going to have people to tell you, well, maybe later. You're going to have people to tell you, oh, I'll order that when I get paid. And then crickets, right? We all have it. It's going to happen. But here's the deal. Do not let their reaction dictate your future in this company. Because you may get 1 no, you may get 5 no's, you may get 20 no's. But let the law of numbers work to your benefit. Because statistically, if you talk to 30 people, out of those 30 people, 10 of those are going to get on product. And out of those 10 people, 3 of those are going to see more than just product and maybe want to do this as a business. So if you're only talking to 5 people and you get 5 no's, you know, you may have gotten 5 straight no's or laters, or I'll check you in January, or whatever their excuse is. But they may not be ready yet. It's not their time yet. Don't take it personal. That's okay. You're going to love them where they're at. You're going to mark it on your calendar to follow up, because you're going to be diligent in your follow-up, because Advocare is on the forefront of your mind, not their mind. And you are going to continue to push forward with Advocare and just go to the next person. Do you know why? Because you have a purpose, you have a heart to help, and you are not going to let somebody else's opinion affect what you're doing for the inside of your 4 walls. And you have that choice every single time you talk to somebody. Share it with passion. Let them know what you're a part of, and be consistent. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you. You've got to be consistent on Facebook. Perception is reality. You have to brand yourself. If you're talking about being on Advocare products, maybe you shouldn't post when you go to the Mexican restaurant and have your cheat meal. Maybe you shouldn't post, you know, your different things that you're doing that maybe not be fluid with a nutrition company. You want to make sure that you use Facebook as a connecting tool, that you use Facebook as, you know, connecting with people you haven't talked to in a long time. You may get messages and they are going to message you and say, hey, what's this Advocare 24-day challenge thing you're launching? I'd like more information. And don't send them information, because nobody reads it. You know, there's lots of direct marketing companies that send me information, and I have not yet read a thing. But what I will do is I'll let people know, hey, I'm so glad you want more information. What's your phone number? And when do you have about 5 or 6 minutes? Because I can't wait to share what it's done. And I want to send you some free samples. Everybody loves free samples. So use it to connect, to get them on the phone to where you can connect them to your coach and share your story. And when you're on Facebook, be selective with your info. You know, we don't want to blast Advocare every post, every 5 minutes. That wears people out. But what you do want to do is be consistent with it, because holidays are hard. I know right now you're looking at your calendar and you're already stressing out about what you're going to be doing tomorrow. But I want you to be in the moment for a second, because you have a choice right now to get your calendar out and go ahead and mark down what nights you want to do mixers in October, the rest of October, November, December. Go ahead, put your mixers down. Put the times that you're going to make your phone calls to where you can connect to your coach. Put on there the times that you want to, you know, call up some mommy friends and say, hey guys, you know, come over. I'm going to make some great recipes with these Advocare products. I'm going to make Rehydrate Spartinis. I'm going to make the pumpkin spice muffins. I'm going to make the muscle truffles with the Muscle Gain protein powder. And I want you guys to come up and sample them with me, because this is the first time I've made it. You know, have reasons to get people in a room with you, and be consistent on Facebook, because if you don't share it now and start creating momentum now, January 1 comes when people are really looking for solutions and they have their New Year's resolutions and they're ready to get into action. They're going to find somebody else, because they haven't seen you post anything about Advocare all fall long or all winter long. And so you have a choice to create momentum now so you can advance your business come January 1. I can tell you right now, Advocare as a company has lots of exciting things launching the first of the year. Now you can, this is 4th quarter, guys. You can take this 4th quarter and you can start getting it out there and letting people know what you're a part of. Or you can just not do anything, stay on the sidelines, and miss out what's going to be happening in January. And your profile pic is like the front door to your house. You know, a lot of people right now, some people have some scary pictures because it's Halloween, or some people may have, you want people to know who you are. And don't put an Advocare logo, because you're not Advocare. You take the great products and it's a wonderful company, but people want to see your beautiful face. They want to see your family. They want to see you, going out enjoying life. They want to know how Advocare is adding value to your life, not only product, but they want to know what that money's doing for you. When you get an extra $30, just say, hey, I am so excited. Mama just got a pedicure because I just got an extra $30 with Advocare, and I would have never had this extra money without it. Those are some things that I posted at the beginning when I got started. Or I'm so thankful that I walked into Target and I didn't have a calculator because I didn't have to, add what I was going to purchase, because it was going to mess up my bank account. So be very specific. So there's just some more helpful phrases. You want to be able to let people know, why you are calling them. Is this a good or bad time? If you have, kids in the background, you may want to say, hey, I'll give you a call back. But here's a phrase I want you to write down. This may or may not be for you. Because in your mind, you're thinking, oh gosh, I don't want my friends and family to think I'm trying to sell them something. Well, no, we never want people to think that. But if we are thinking that and we have that fear and we start a conversation, we may come across a little insecure or a little questionable, or it may just be really awkward. We don't want things to be awkward. We want things to be natural. That's why we build relationships first. That's why we go to our warm market first. But that phrase, this may or may not be for you, is exactly what you need to say with everyone you meet. Because it doesn't matter whether they say yes or no to Advocare. That's not going to affect your relationship with them. But what if they say yes? Then you have an opportunity to help them. But what if they say no? That's totally fine too. I would rather people tell me no than string me along for 6 months and just people to tell me that they're not ready. And so I love that phrase and I use it all the time. So I'm going to end with this, a little FAQ. You're going to get these questions. What's Advocare? What herbs are in the herbal cleanse? How much money are you making? Is this safe if I'm on their thyroid meds? How does this compare to what, and do you sell this stuff? So I'm going to give you little quick blurbs on each of these questions. When somebody asks what's Advocare, my initial response is, you've never heard of Advocare? Like, I'm almost shocked that they've never heard of it because it's awesome. You haven't seen our commercials? You've never heard of it? And I'm a little surprised by their reaction. And then I say, oh gosh, this is, it's world-class nutrition. I've been on products for over 2 years. And that's when I go straight into my story. It's a world-class nutrition company, and I've been on products for 2 years. I've lost 100 pounds. Have you ever looked into any of the products? Have you seen our commercials? Start asking questions, because we want to get to know what their true frustration is, because there's a reason they're asking. Well, what if they say, what herbs are in the herbal cleanse? And they start asking you a bunch of product questions that you don't know about. To be honest, I don't know about them. So I usually let them know, look, I am not a scientist. I trust the doctors that create our products. They're the best in their fields. I'll give you information on the doctors. I'll send you the product page, and you can research all the ingredients in that herbal cleanse if you want to, because we do provide all that information. But let me just tell you, I lost 13 pounds my first 10 days, and I ate real food. I loved it. And all that is true. I lost 13 pounds in 10 days, and I feel amazing. And I bet you money that people that are asking that question could care less what kind of herbs are in the herbal cleanse. They don't want to know that. They're finding every excuse to not do it because Advocare's work. We're not a quick fix. How much money are you making? I'm real with people. Well, when I started out, I was only making enough money to pay for product and a little bit more. And then it was time for my husband and I to get real with where we were. And the debt and the way we were living, which was, states apart, it wasn't working for us. It wasn't working for our kids. So we decided to do something different, which Advocare works for us because we can do it, when our kids are in bed or when they're napping, I can still stay home. And I really believe in these products, and I have a heart to help people. So yeah, I'm making money. And be specific, know exactly what you've made in 1 month and 6 months and 1 year, so you can speak that with strength and let them know what's available for them. Is this safe to use if I'm on thyroid meds? We love Advocare, And you may be on thyroid meds and you may know this question, but we are not doctors and we don't make medical claims. So we let people know. What I'll do is give you all of the information for you to take to your doctor, because I'm not a doctor. I love these products, but we want to make sure that you take them and they're safe and effective for you too. And so, you know, you may be a nurse. I've got doctors on my team. I have nutritionists on my team. I have people that, you name it, they're on my team and they know their stuff. And so a lot of them will know the answer to this, but they do the same thing. They refer them to their doctor, because we never, ever, ever want to get into that. We want to make sure that they get cleared and then we can help them the best way. So the question, how is this compared to XYZ? How is this compared to this nutrition company? How is this compared to this shake company? How is this compared to this? Guess what? Never say anything negative about another company, because that's not who Advocare is. And if you're going to represent Advocare, this is what you say. You say, well, I don't know much about that. But let me just tell you what Advocare has done for me. I like that we're a nutrition company, and I like that, you know, during my 2.5 years of being on product, I've been able to change my product regimen because there's something for everything. And so you just let them know, look, you know, I don't know much about that. And then some people may start off negative, like, well, I've tried this company and I had to pay a monthly auto ship, and, you know, they were just terrible, and they may get into stuff. But you never say anything negative, and you just say, well, I hate you had that experience. Let me just share with you of what Advocare is and what it's done for me. And so letting people know that we don't do auto ship, but you can do it in a way where you don't bash the companies that do. You can just let them know, like, look, you know, this is what I did. When I signed up as a wholesale discount, I paid the membership fee and I was at 20% off, and I just ordered whenever I want. And then when I realized I love the products, I knew I had to get to the highest discount level, which is 40% off for life, and you have it forever once you lock that in. And so you just let people know what it's done for you. And then also you'll get the question, do you sell this stuff? I let people know all the time, well, I am a distributor with Advocare because I'm very passionate about these products, and I would love to have you on my team so I could help you get the best results possible. You know, I share it. I don't ever feel like I sell anything. I really feel like I get to go out and add value to people's lives. So here's what you have your hands on. I want you to understand what the Advocare guiding principles are. When Charlie Regis created this company almost, 21 years ago, what he had in his heart and his mind was to go out and make people realize that they can become more, that they can be more. And the only way that you can do that is if you give this a shot. You know, if you make this commitment for 2 years to really do Advocare the right way, using the success system, letting your coach help you, plugging in to build these relationships, because there are so many people that's probably on this webinar tonight that I would have never met if it wasn't for Advocare. I would have never met Laura Shoemaker, would have never met Candace Malden, who's one of my best friends. I would have never met, people on my team. I would have never been a part of their lives if it was not for Advocare. Ryan Edwards is one of my best friends. She's a Ruby leader in Kentucky. And my sister, I want to give you this last little example to show you the power of Advocare. My sister became an advisor in Advocare this time last year. It was August last year, actually. August last year. And she works with a girl. And that girl signed up to get her discount because she loves product. And she had a friend named Ryan. And Ryan was struggling. And the girl said, you've got to call my friend Ashley. She does Advocare. She has been doing it for a couple of years now, and I really want you to hear her story. So I messaged, so she told me that Ryan was interested in talking to me. So I got her number and called her. She didn't answer. I think we messaged on Facebook a few times. She didn't answer. I kept calling. I thought in my mind and my heart, if she doesn't answer, that's fine. But I'm not giving up on her because I know she needs this, because her friend had told me her story. So finally, she got on the phone with me because she knew I wasn't going to stop calling. And I just shared with her. I shared my heart. I shared my story. We connected. I connected her to my coach, Lois. Ryan got started on product. In January 2013, she went to AdvoNation, which is a training that we have every January, which is we're going to have again this January coming up. So she went to AdvoNation. Actually, it was this January 2014. Apologize. And what she saw was a vision for her and her family. So here's what happens, guys. I have helped Ryan, build her team. She got to work. Her need now is she's pregnant with twins. She has a little boy that's 2-year-old Cooper at home, and they're knocking off debt. And their goal is to bring her husband home because he works, third shift and is hardly ever home right now. And they have twins on the way. So they're in action because their need is big. And they have a vision for their family. And she did what I said. She was coachable. She was teachable. She said, I will do whatever you do. And now she has a whole wonderful army of people going out in the state of Kentucky and Alabama and all these other states sharing AdvoCare because she had a fire within her to be a part of something bigger. And so I would have never had the opportunity to help Ryan if it wasn't for those two connections. So it's not just who you know, but it's who they know that you're going to be able to talk to and help. So here's some recommended websites that are great. You can jot these down. If you put your email when you registered, I will be sending out an email after this webinar. I will also attach this presentation to it because I think sometimes it's great to look back at your notes and have this presentation to look back. I will also put that in the email. But I want to tell you something that Diane McDaniel said on the training that we had last week. Diane McDaniel's the top leader in AdvoCare, been a part of it for almost 18 years. And she said the number one reason people fail in AdvoCare is because people lack in the constants of the basics in this business. And the basics in this business is to go out and talking to people, sharing your story, and connecting them to your coach and connecting them to see a bigger vision of what this can be and getting them to a big event. On Saturday, we have the Pursuit Ladies event in Knoxville, Tennessee. We've got lots of events coming up all over the country. When you log into your microsite, you can see all of the big events that are happening in your area. I recommend everybody plugging in as much as they can and really understanding that it's not what you're going to say that's going to convince people to do this. It's not going to be your words. It's going to be your heart. It's going to be your passion, whether you're speaking it with strength and letting them know that you've got people that's going to help them, that's helping you too. That's what it's all about. So here we are. Here's our family. 2 years in, we made a vision board. So I encourage everybody to go home or whenever you have a chance this week, get out a piece of paper or a board or a whiteboard or something and have a vision, have reasons to go out because the income you're going to be able to make in AdvoCare is going to mean something for you. And that's what's going to make you go out and be uncomfortable and be okay with the no's and to push forward into something different. I love being different. I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to settle for anything less than what my boys, Wilson and Levi, and my husband, Ryan, deserves. And you shouldn't be less either because we believe in you, your coach believes in you, and your belief will raise the more consistent you are with the success system that AdvoCare provides. So you guys be blessed. Thank you for plugging in, and